All right. So it is the end of day one of me quitting smoking, and I just want to talk a little bit about what I experienced today. So I woke up and, well, let me back up just a second. Before waking up, I had planned on purpose to not have any cigarettes available for me in the morning. So I smoked my last cigarette last night. I didn't really overthink it. I didn't really light it up thinking, oh, this is my last cigarette. I just knew I was going to smoke the rest of that pack that night and go to bed. So I tried not to focus too much on it. I got up, and this morning I felt okay. I felt good. I didn't feel like I needed to go have a cigarette first thing in the morning. I actually never really enjoyed first thing in the morning getting up and smoking a cigarette. And on days that I felt like I needed to do that and I went and did it, I did not enjoy it. I didn't have enough hydration. My throat would be dry, so a cigarette would not be enjoyable. It maybe that would be a good method to kind of psych yourself out of smoking or get yourself turned off by the habit of smoking. Maybe that's a good way to start a bad smoking day. But for me, I didn't have the craving in the morning. Never really do. It isn't until I start going to do about my normal day. Now, I chose to do it on New Year's Day, a day that I have off, so my normal routine is thrown off. Okay, so one thing that is super important that not a lot of people think about when it comes to smoking is that you pair smoking with so many other different things that you literally have to relearn how to live your life without cigarettes. And I know a lot of people are thinking, duh, but when you really break it down, you get up, you go out for the morning, you're heading to your car, maybe you smoke a cigarette. If you don't smoke in your car, if you do smoke in your car, you're smoking on your way to work with the windows rolled down, you're listening to music. If it's cold, you got the heater going on. Or, maybe your smoke is on your morning commute to work, or you have coffee and cigarettes in the morning, whatever the case may be, and then you have your break, which you're looking forward to. You get that cigarette, which is a dopamine hit. You come back from break kind of happy because of that, a little bit relaxed. Same with lunch, so on and so forth. And we have all these things programmed into us as smokers that we have to relearn how to do everything without that. And since this is my second time quitting long term, I know firsthand that one thing that comes available to you once you quit smoking and actually quit and finally, like for good, quit, you find that there's so much more time in the day. Smoking takes up a ton of time and you don't even realize it because you're content kind of just relaxing and mellowing out. I liked having that extra time. At first, I didn't know what to do with myself, and all I could think about was, oh, I need to go smoke because I have this free time and I'm bored and it'd be great to have a cigarette. And of course, the chemicals were doing their thing in my body as well and in my brain, telling me that, I need that and it'd be great because I'm used to having that, etc., etc. But once I got the hang of having that free time and doing constructive things in that free time, I ended up valuing it more than smoking. So all in all, I think each day I'm going to do this report, and I'm going to try and do it for at least, I'm going to try and go for 30 and then see where we're at. And if I made a pretty good habit of hitting every day, then maybe I'll go for 60. I don't know. I haven't really decided how long I'm going to do the actual recording for. I know I don't want to do that long because I really don't want to count every single day. There comes a point where you have to stop even thinking that your life is lacking something anymore. When I quit for the entirety of 2017, not a single day in there did I smoke a cigarette or hit a cigarette. I got to the point where I just didn't think about it anymore. It wasn't, oh, I hadn't had a cigarette in this amount of time. It's just, I don't smoke anymore. I don't need it. I got to the point where I didn't crave it. Even being around it, I didn't feel like, oh, I want to smoke that. I was good. So I have to get to that point, and I feel like if I'm counting every single day, it might not help my listener out, and it might not help me out either. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how I feel about it. Maybe I'll just stop numbering these episodes and let the listener just pick an episode per day as they're on the journey. I hope you accomplished day 1. If you did not, well, then you shouldn't go forward. And the next day, you should restart and earn this episode that you're listening to right now. This is for the people that have gone without smoking cigarettes for one whole day. And I'll touch back on one thing that I want to do with every single episode, if I can, is kind of give a report of what the addiction did to me, what kind of cravings came and went, and how I handled those. I would say, because today was chill day, it's holiday, didn't have my kids today, just hang out with the girlfriend, watching TV. We're watching Atlanta. Started watching the first season of Atlanta, and that show is awesome. It also is hilarious. And the guy, oh man, I forget his name. I'm going to come back, hopefully next episode, and get you his name. But the guy that did Sorry for Offending You, the movie, which was a really good movie about a call center and a whole bunch of other things. So if you work for a call center, I think you'll be able to relate to that a little bit. And if you work in any kind of corporate job film, you'll probably be able to relate to that movie quite a bit. Anyways, he's in Atlanta as well. And of course, Donald Glover, Childish Gambino. It's great. And we enjoyed it, and I got through maybe 3 or 4 episodes before I started having a craving for a cigarette. And they're smoking in the show, and so, I mean, you have to keep that in mind also. When you're quitting, you're going to see it in media, and that's probably going to be the hardest part. I remember when I quit last time, I watched a movie that there was a chain smoker as one of the main characters. And it killed me, because when I got out of that theater, all I wanted to do was smoke. That's all I could think about. It made it very, very difficult that day. So, words to the wise, maybe don't pick up Atlanta until you're in your like 2nd or 3rd week of not smoking. But anyways, it wasn't too bad. I had a couple cravings. I know that I have cigarette butts on my balcony that I'm afraid to go and clean up, because I know if I go out there I might be tempted to smoke one of them, and they're like half cigarettes. I should have had the forethought to get rid of those last night when I had finished my final cigarette, but I did not. They're still there. I might have to have the girlfriend go and clean those up. Trying to think. I didn't really have too many other cravings. I think when I was out and about and driving, I ended up thinking, oh man, I could just pick up a quick pack of cigarettes. It's entered my head at least a dozen times throughout the day. But it's one of those things that has to enter your head, and you have to just disregard. You cannot answer that. If you're really going to quit, you can't answer the possibility of, oh, I could just go down to the store and spend yada yada and get this, and everything would be great again. No. You're never going to know what life's like without that. If you keep failing that same test over and over and over again. And that, prior to quitting for the year that I did, was the biggest challenge for me. Every time that I tried quitting in the 20 some odd years that I've been smoking, every single time that voice would go, oh, you can just go to the store and make everything right now. And I would cave. I'd be able to pass that test for a little bit, and then I eventually hit my breaking point and I cave. And when I quit for a year, I decided, okay, I'm not going to listen to that voice and see what happens. No matter how bad it gets, no matter how much it feels like torture, I'm just going to not go and get any cigarettes. I'm not going to hit any cigarettes. I'm going to eat something, drink some water, and do what I can to distract myself. So I'll be back tomorrow, and hopefully we'll both be here with day 2 of not smoking. So I challenge you guys, one more day. Let's see what happens at the end of tomorrow. And I'm going to give you more tips and things that have helped me along the way. And I wish you the best of luck. I hope you're feeling good about it. And just know it is going to get challenging, and there is going to be a point where you don't feel good about it. And we're going to get past that. We're going to see what's on the other side of that. Because we know what happens if we cave into that. We just hit the reset button. We're back where we've always been. We need to see what's on the other side of that, just to see. All right. Good night, my day oneers. I'll see you guys tomorrow.